What's up, thinkers? It's me, Quizmaster Jack, here with your weekly dose of Buzzword, the pop culture and sports of 2023. Already they're prompting us. We just get right in here, and already we need a full title for this one. So let's see what. Have a vague inkling that it's going to be a video game, but we'll find out.
This game's Yu Miyake directed soundtrack includes the tracks
Miyake.
Gin and Tonic and Red Red Roses and Fugue number 7777. A schoolgirl in this game exclaims, "I feel the cosmos," whenever the prince fully replaces a constellation.
So hopefully it's just the first Katamari Damacy. Okay. It wasn't one of the sequels that have increasingly complex names that I don't know about. I never played Katamari Damacy. It's kind of a weird puzzle collection game where you play the Prince of Space, I think is what he's called. And you're working for your dad, the king of all cosmos, and he wants you to basically make stars. And in order to make stars, you have to roll up a bunch of objects into a ball until they get dense enough that it becomes a star. And to do that, you're basically put on Earth. You're a little guy. You're a little guy. And you have some sort of magic way that when you roll this ball, things get stuck to it. And then the things that get stuck to it get stuck to that. So it's just this big snowball thing that you make. And then you make stars. I say this having never played any of the Katamari Damacy games. So I don't know if that's what actually happens in them. That's what I've picked up. Just like I've picked up 13 points for having that vague recollection of Katamari Damacy.
A variety of this food purportedly has the most complex Chinese character, requiring 57 strokes. Its Bian Bian variety is popular in Shaanxi province. Chefs hand pull the dough of its La Mian variety.
I think it's going to be dumplings. Oh no, La Mian. I'm going to say noodles. Woo, saved it. Oh, that felt good. Yeah, La Mian. I think that gets anglicized into lo mein. Yep, and that's exactly what it is. So that's one of the things in California, coming from the Midwest to California, one of the things I haven't quite gotten used to is that the Chinese restaurants in Minnesota, chow mein is a dish that's put onto hard, crispy noodles that are not boiled or fried. They're basically, well, they're probably deep fried, and then later you put them on. That's chow mein. Chow mein out here is like long cooked noodles stir fried with vegetables and other things, where we called that lo mein in Minnesota. I still have to get used to that. And I don't even think at like at the chain Chinese places, I'm pretty sure at the Giant Pandas or the Panda Expresses in Minnesota, they call it chow mein, and it's the long cooked noodles. But just growing up, whatever region I was in, all of the Chinese restaurants around called that lo mein. And I haven't done the research. I have no idea why that's a thing.
This male singer describes a place that won't hold you tonight on a collaboration with Keith Urban and Taylor Swift called Highway Don't Care. He recorded the 2017 duet album The Rest of Our Life with his wife. For 10 points,
like
what
Tim
country singer
McGraw,
of Live
probably?
Like You Were Dying is married to Faith Hill?
Yeah, it is Tim McGraw. McGraw. Oh, and it makes sense that he would collaborate with Taylor Swift, because she has a song called Tim McGraw, and I think she opened for him for a little bit before she became much more popular than him. Live like you're dying by McGruff the crime.
On this show, a container of Ecto-Cooler is accidentally spiked with Xanax at a child's birthday party. Richie is assigned to polish forks in one episode of this.
Oh, that's the bear. They said Richie. I haven't watched any of the bear. Although my mom wants me to. But yeah, I heard. God, what did I see? I don't know. Like, you just go on. Like, you just see things. I don't know where. Just being on the internet, you just pick up things. And I think I saw some quick synopsis of a season 2 episode of The Bear. And they were talking about how they sent one of the cooks or one of the chefs at The Bear got sent to some fancy restaurant, and all they had him do was polish forks the whole time. And then Will Poulter was there, and somebody wears suits. Binging with Babish. That's where he mentioned he did a thing about the guy who's on The Bear, who was also in Andor. He got all corporate, and he made Chicago style pizza for some boardroom, and then I think they made an offhand reference to somebody polishing forks at a restaurant. And that's my book report about how I got this question about The Bear right.
This musical group declared We Can Hardly Stand the Wait in a 1958 hit written by Ross Bagdasarian and subtitled Christmas Don't Be Late.
Oh. It's the Chipmunks. It's the Chipmunks song. Christmas song. Alvin wants a hula hoop. They want a plane that loops the loop. Me, I still want a hula hoop. Please, Christmas, don't be late. And then Dave? I think Dave's the name of their manager. He's in there yelling at Alvin. That was a good question. I like that one. The musical group up front, where it's actually... What is it? Is this MISC? I don't know what you would classify this as. Probably like TV? Maybe music? Maybe just MISC. Should just be miscellaneous. That was a good question, though.
A character in this film saves a girl in an ivory tower by giving her the name Moonchild. A frightening scene in this film involves Artax, a horse.
Oh, wait, Artax. Also never seen The Never-Ending Story. But it's Artax. He goes into the Swamp of Sorrows? Something like that. I don't know. I don't think it's Atreyu that's yelling at him, but man, they used a real horse for that too. That horse probably didn't have to act for that scene. But yeah, that's a thing that gets used in memes. I don't think the kid's Atreyu. No, maybe it is Atreyu. Again, I haven't seen The Never-Ending Story. I don't know why I'm trying to figure it out, because there's like a kid that reads the book and he gets sucked into it. But Atreyu is already a character in there. And I think he had the horse. And then eventually, of course, he gets Falkor, the luck dragon. Again, this is my book report on The Never-Ending Story, which I've never seen.
This color partly titles a Doobie Brothers song that asks, Mississippi Moon, won't you keep on shining on me? The way...
It's Blackwater. Oh, Blackwater, keep on turning. Mississippi Moon, won't you keep on shining on me? That song's kind of a bop. I mean, it's probably about heroin or something, but it's a good song. It's one of those songs where it has like distinct sections, because there's that section. Tweak everything, gonna make everything all right. Yeah. That's just listening to old music when I was listening to oldies stations when I was growing up. A rich vein.
This character was created by the scientist Bertrand, who kept cloning a baby repeatedly killed by an alien environment. The cyborg threw his body into space after this character destroyed much of Metropolis. For 10 points in a 1992...
Yeah, it's... Doomsday. Yeah, that's the villain who killed Superman in 1992. Death of Superman, big comic run. Afterwards, they made 4 new super beings, including Steel, which one Shaquille O'Neal would go on to play on screen. Unsurprising, given Shaq's love for Superman.
On this show, Adam takes the blame for hurling a poop-filled sock out of a bus. A Swedish plumber on this show named Jakob dates Jean, a therapist who embarrasses her son Otis.
I have no idea what's going on.
Gillian Anderson and Asa Butterfield.
That's called Sex Education. Gillian Anderson was on a show called Sex Education. And that is my book report on Sex Education. Gillian Anderson was on it. Maybe no, I don't think Rupert Grint was in it. I think that was a different show. He was in post Harry Potter. Or maybe mid Harry Potter? I don't think. No, they said Asa Butterfield. So not Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint was on some other, like he was on a British TV show post Harry Potter. I don't remember what that was called.
This author's name was in the full title of the 1998 gangster comedy film Mafia. In a 1995 movie based on a book by this author, Ty Frazier is a new student befriended by a teen who enjoys saying "as if" and who is named Cher.
Oh, Austin. Yeah, that's a Clueless is a retelling of Emma, not of a Shakespeare play. Yeah, just punted hard on that last one. That was a mistake. I figured I was conflating Clueless with 10 Things I Hate About You. And got punished for it. But that's the way it goes. It was rolling. I feel lucky for a 132 out of this one, because honestly, there was a lot of stuff in there that I hadn't seen. And they gave me a lot of points for my weird BS knowledge about shows that I haven't seen. So we'll take that. Really wish I would have got that last question, but I didn't. And we'll move on to sports. All right, just like in the pop culture one, they're giving us a way to guess at what genre we're in right away with this one, but we're in the blind. I think last week I tried hockey and I wasn't right. I'm gonna say baseball.
A coach of this team became the first Stanley Cup winning coach of First Nations descent.
It was hockey.
This team played the song Gloria after home wins.
Is that the Blues? Yeah. Gloria, Gloria. That's the Blues. They played Gloria in their Stanley Cup run with, was it Bennington as their goalie?
This man set a postseason series record with 6 home runs in the 2011 ALCS. In 2019, this man, nicknamed Boomstick, hit a team-leading 41 homers for a team that smacked an MLB record 307 homers. The DH on the box.
Yeah. No. What? It was Nelson Cruz. I was overthinking that. Yeah, it was the Twins in 2019. They set the home run record, and Nelson Cruz hit a sweet 41. I don't know. I think they were going... I don't know what that last clue was. I thought they were going into Boston. So it was like, that Minnesota to Boston DH is David Ortiz. But nah, I stuck with my guns. Got my Nelson Cruz.
A 5-on-5 version of this sport with 6-minute quarters is called Fast 5. Ann Sargent is a former shooter and current commentator in this sport, popular in Commonwealth countries. There is no dribbling or backboard in.
I think it's called netball. Yeah, netball's the one where it's just a hoop. There's just a hoop. I'm gesturing off screen. This is where the hoop is, up here. But I'll bring it down here for Yeah, it's just like a hoop on a stick, and then they play basketball with no backboard. Yeah, and popular in Commonwealth sports. I think Australia's pretty good at it. That's never going to catch. Netball will never be popular in the US. Slam ball, which is basketball played with trampolines, will always be more popular in the US than netball. Okay, I mean, this one was just, did we have, so it was Blues Cruise netball. Blues Cruise. Is that something they're trying to be a Blues Clues reference there? Nah, couldn't be. Yeah, I'm gonna say football.
The first player to have his number retired by this team was future Utah Jazz coach Jerry Sloan.
No, it was basketball.
In 1985, this team brought in assistant coach Tex Winter, who implemented the triangle offense that this team used in the 1990s under Phil Jackson. For 10 points, what...
Oh, it's just the Bulls. Yeah. Yeah, Phil Jackson in the 90s. Triangle offense. It's the Chicago Bulls.
In this man's rookie year, he scored rushing, receiving, and kick return touchdowns in a game against Denver. This receiver caught a fourth-quarter pass in Super Bowl 54 on a play dubbed Jet Chip Wasp. For 10 points, what receiver nicknamed Cheetah joined Miami in 20...
It's Tyreek Hill then. Yeah, those all very specific things about Tyreek Hill. Playing against Broncos makes sense because the Chiefs play the Broncos twice a year. But yeah, the specific play that he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl was not something in my repertoire to answer Tyreek Hill. All right, so we've had all of the big four, so we're free and clear, although that means there probably will not be a hockey question going forward.
In 2015, Burger King paid this man $200,000 so the King mascot could stand in his box. This man was suspended in 2021 after a failed drug test by Medina Spirit, who died at Santa Anita. For 10 points, what record-breaking trainer worked with Triple Crown winners Justify and American Pharaoh?
What's his name? Is it Ballack? Baffert. Bob Baffert. I knew it was Bob something. I had the consonant and letter distribution right. I just didn't have the actual name. I haven't thought about Bob Baffert for a while. Probably back to baseball here.
A quarterback playing for this team threw a record 5 interceptions in a Super Bowl. This team's center, Barrett Robbins, fled to Mexico before a Super Bowl loss blamed on Bill.
I think that's the Raiders. Yeah. Because that was the Super Bowl that the Bucks won. Because it was John Gruden. Yeah. And their center, like the Raiders center, just like disappeared the day before the Super Bowl. And they went in and did not do well. Who'd have thought? Oh, now it's my kryptonite. Giving years. What year could they be asking for? Maybe like 94 for the strike? Like the baseball strike?
In this year, the Summer Olympics were opened by a Paralympic archer firing an arrow over the cauldron.
I think that was in Barcelona, so that'd be 1992. Hey, my kryptonite. Take that, kryptonite. I mean, that was just a really memorable opening ceremony at Barcelona. There was some good, because like I feel like the Lillehammer opening ceremony in 94 was really good too. So I guess it's not my kryptonite when it's years where I was alive. But putting a Summer Olympic in there is a real easy way to pin it, so people can get it right off of that. Hey, I did good on a year question. I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
This is the surname of a 7-foot freshman who was the 2009 backup to Tyler Hansbrough. A balding center on the Heat is the last active NBA player with this surname, shared by 3 brothers who were rivals of the Plumlees. For 10 points, what surname of big men Luke, Tyler, and Cody starts with Z.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Luke Zomer. Yeah, all right. Years, I say, are my kryptonite, but really, C-level basketball players are my true kryptonite.
In 2018, this man called the infield shift discriminatory against Bryce Harper. This man, who worked with Bill Caudle in the 1980s, negotiated with the Twins after both the Giants and Mets backed out of signing.
That's Correa then. Oh, they wanted the agent. He was talking about Correa, but that must mean Boris was Correa's agent, which makes sense because like Carlos Correa wouldn't care about the shift for Bryce Harper. Anyway, could have thought about that one a little more. I just thought they were doubling up on Twins stuff, which they kind of were. Anyway, triple digit score in sports. I'll take that since I was able to nail that year question. Pretty good week. Should replace some of my top scores. I'm still really kicking myself over that Jane Austen thing. I should have thought about that one instead of let my instincts kick in and probably cost me a very, very high finish. But that's okay. You gotta trust your instincts sometime. Just like your instinct to continue watching my videos on the channel and to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. And if you think your instincts would be better than mine at Buzzword, you can head over to naqt.com/buzzword and play the games for yourself. That's going to be it for me. That's all I got for you, thinkers. We'll see you next week with more Buzzword. Thanks for watching.